Hi, I'm Alex. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. We are in New York City, and I thought we'd do a little bit of a book shopping vlog. We're staying like on 5th Ave, and there's a new bookstore near our hotel. There's a Barnes right over here, and I haven't been to Strand in almost 2 years, so let's go book shopping. Alright, so this is the new bookstore. We walked by it last night. It's called McNally Jackson, and it looks pretty cute from the outside first glance. Like, I've read most of these books, so I think it should be a winner. I haven't used any of my book budget for the month, which is $100, so we'll see what we find. But I do want to save some for Strand. We made it to Strand. It's like almost overwhelming in here. So I don't know if this coffee shop's new or if it just wasn't open. Last time I came here was like mid-pandemic, so could be different now. We just left Strand and I am empty-handed. The thing about Strand is it's very overwhelming. A, because there's a ton of books, literally 18 miles worth, but also because there's a ton of people in there. It doesn't really give you the time to like stand and browse, and everything that was like prominently on display would have been like easy to grab. I already owned even those like blind date for books, the ones that I like resonated with. I'm pretty sure I already owned. Like I think one of them was Beach Read, which I don't want to spend money on a book to open it and find out I already own it. So there's that. But it was nice to be in there. I had only ever been on the main floor, so it was cool to go in the basement and upstairs. I almost bought that pink tote, as you saw, but just decided it wasn't really worth it today. So we are going to get dinner, and maybe I'll be able to convince Scott to go to Barnes, but we'll see. Last stop of the day. It's not a book shopping trip without going into Barnes & Noble. And security just ran out of the store to catch the one who was stealing, so. This is not a new or original opinion, but I really dislike these covers, and I hope they release Magnolia Parks 3 in the original, but I have a feeling they won't, so that sucks. We've seen so many of the book release right this 5 stars. This copy of this book is so much prettier than the one I have. Mine has like text messages on the front. I told my husband I was coming to get Starbucks. which I did, but the closest Starbucks happened to be in Barnes, so let's look at books. We're in Jersey now, so I guess not technically New York City book shopping, but this is the shops at Riverside and Hackensack. This has always been my least favorite Barnes, but it seems like they switched some things up, moved some things around, and it does look a lot better now than it was when we left. But I retrieved my Starbucks, so I should probably actually go now. Okay, so we're home from New York now, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about book shopping and also the stores that we went to, and then give a little haul at the end. So I talked about Strand, how it was overwhelming. I didn't get anything in there. The first time I went there was mid-pandemic, as I said, so it was a lot less crowded, a lot less busy. This time, just gave me a little bit of anxiety being in there, which is obviously not the vibe you want when you're book shopping. You go there to calm yourself down, not to rile yourself up. So Strand is a good tourist destination, and they have literally every book you could ever want. So if you're looking for something that's very specific, go to Strand. They're for sure gonna have it. But in terms of general browsing, I would not say it's the best place. McNally Jackson, what I will say about them, so that's the first bookstore we went to in Rockefeller Plaza. On the side of Rockefeller Plaza that most people would walk by, they had a whole wall of essentially book talk books, very popular chart topping books. So you walk in and you think that's what you're going to get. And it's very much not that, not in a bad way. They have a lot of really cool and unique, I would say, general fiction that I definitely don't see displayed in other stores. I got a few books from my own list that I would like to get in the future or see if I can get through Libby. It was a really cool store. If you're looking for something new, something unique, something you don't hear about all the time, McNally Jackson has such cool recommendations that their staff and frequent shoppers pick out. So if you like general fic, that's what you're looking for, go there. They also had a lot of memoirs and a lot of nonfiction. I would say just their book talk selection, it doesn't look like Barnes. You're not going to walk in and see a Colleen Hoover table, which for most people they probably celebrate about that. But moving on to the little haul, I have this giant Barnes bag, which does not, I would say, fit the number of books I bought. There's really not that many, but that's the bag they had. Oh, also, to loop back to Barnes, the security chased after that girl they thought was stealing. They brought her back. They went through all of her stuff, and she hadn't taken anything. So, a little anticlimactic, but it was craziness walking in there. But first, I have the little bag from McNally Jackson, and as I showed, I got The House Across the Lake by Riley Seeger. I have wanted this book for a long time, but I wanted the paperback version of it, which came out semi-recently, and I think it's funny. My husband was filming me, or he thought he was filming me, but hadn't pressed record, which is fine, but he actually recommended that I grab this book. He was like, that one is calling to me, you should grab it, and I'm going to do a video soon where he chooses what I read in a week, so I wanted to get this one so he can make me read it, but also just because I've wanted it for a while. And then while we were there, I also grabbed a card for my sister, my future sister-in-law's bridal shower, my brother-in-law's fiance. Just a little Mazel Tov card, because it's really hard, I think, to find cute Mazel Tov cards, so I wanted to get one. And then in Barnes, I got very basic books, I would say. So after listening to Larry Reed's talk about this book, I wanted to read The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. I know everybody's been talking about this book right now, but the way that Larry Reed's described it made me want to pick it up. So I grabbed this from Barnes, and then they were also doing, it was supposed to be that hardcovers were 50% off, but their paperbacks were buy one get one 50% off or something too. And the sign looked like it was just to a table, but I did get 50% off one of these books, so I don't know if that was supposed to happen or not. The second book I got is the first signed edition book that I've ever owned in my life. I am going to be totally honest, I would prefer if my first signed edition was a different book, but I really wanted this book and all Barnes had was signed editions, and I actually really like this author, so I don't really mind that much. But I got What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walther, and inside there is a little note and a little signature, so that's very exciting. I'm happy to add it to my TBR. But that is going to be the end of this book shopping in New York City vlog. There are tons more bookstores in New York City and I want to go to all of them. So there will definitely be more of these in the future, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you in the next one.